Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Minutes with Mellum. This is a little different type of delivery than we were in the spring. These Minutes with Mellum are going to be dedicated to talking about our return to school plan and kind of detailing some common concern areas maybe from the community on a little bit in depth of what we are looking at the school and explaining it a little better than maybe that plan has shown or read for you at home. So getting into some of that today, this is going to be video one. We are going to be discussing the educational delivery process that we'll be using at the Viborg-Hurley School District. So looking at our educational delivery process, first and foremost, looking at in-school instruction. Basically, we are planning on in-school instruction with some safety modifications put in place. These modifications would be increased hand sanitizer available to students throughout the school day in every room. We'll also be taking extra precautions as they come and go from the rooms, as well as when they use the rest facilities. We'll take some breaks for washing hands as well. Make sure we teach students how to wash hands the appropriate way and using soap and drying and so forth. Next, we're not going to be allowing students to drink directly from the water fountains and to limit sharing of supplies and so forth in the classroom. All students will be encouraged to bring their own water bottle from home. Yes, we're going to be allowing students to fill those up throughout the day to make sure they're always full and they have plenty of water to drink and they can stay hydrated throughout the school day. In the classrooms, we're going to be arranging the desks / tables and seating arrangements as best as possible to promote social distancing and still provide an adequate delivery space for students to learn from. We don't want to be making it look like it is some foreign place to learn. We're trying to keep it as normal as possible, so that way there's not any distractions for students in the learning process, because we know every minute in the school building is valuable, especially as we come back from what we've gone through over the course of the end of last school year. So those are some things in school that we're doing. You might have other questions in terms of hybrid. What's a hybrid model? What's it look like? Well, in the event we have to go to a hybrid model, a hybrid model is something where we would limit the number of students in the building due to trying to cut down on the possible spread, if there is any spread of COVID amongst the students, and having to only quarantine less students rather than the whole grade if it came to this event. We would be having students only attend school Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. They would be paired up. We would try our best to split the classes 50-50 with only half students attending each day at the facilities, and we're also going to look at making sure the families attend the same day, so that way we're not having a family have to attend multiple days during the week and they're not coming at the same time. So we're trying to have family members attend the same day to help transportation at home as well. The other thing is students when they're not in the building, so let's say I have a Monday, Wednesday student, on Tuesday, Thursday, those students are expected to be doing at-home learning, similar to our remote model, whether it is getting into the live stream in the classroom or watching videos of the lessons or doing their homework on their own with packets or so forth that received the day before from teachers. So these are all going to look a little different as they go, depending on the needs of each student and the technology available at each home. Virtual learning, what does that look like for the Viborg-Hurley School District? Well, when you hear me say virtual, that is meaning that you are electing to not have your student participate in on-campus instruction at all through the first half of the school year. Okay, we're looking at a semester at a time. So if you're not comfortable with that, student attending school at all in class, in person, we're looking at two different delivery methods for their education. Obviously, we need to contact myself or Principal Mr. Jensen as well to let us know what's going on and if you are interested in this type of virtual learning. The 9 through 12 students will be receiving their virtual learning through Edgenuity. Again, this is a common platform that we already utilize at the Viborg-Hurley School District for credit recovery, but will also be used for credit recovery and additional credits, so initial credits for students to gain. They will be doing that all online, and we will work with you as the parents to make sure we have everything lined up, scheduled, and all the information to you. Black Hills Online Learning Community would be for K through 8, and this education program has been around for a long time. It is a program administered by the Technology and Innovations in Education, or the TI group in South Dakota. It is a great platform. The students would be receiving their 4 core main subjects throughout this. It would also be an online delivery method. But again, I would be getting that information to you if you are interested in those things, and so please reach out to either myself or Principal Jensen if you're interested in a virtual learning option rather than any on campus. The school district will be working with those families who are virtual learning to make sure each student has a device to learn, whether or not it's at home device that they want to use or a school issued device as well. So getting back to our other modes of learning, remote learning. This is when instruction would be delivered at home. No students would be allowed in the building for different reasons in itself. We are going to try the live stream version first. I do know that the live stream method at home is going to use a lot of data on the internet. So if you have a prepaid package where you only get so much data per month, this live streaming might not be the best fit. In that case, we are also going to be recording our live stream lessons. So our teachers will be uploading those live stream recordings. Those live stream recordings would be available probably the next day, so students would only be one day behind on their learning. But again, we only attend 4 days a week, so there's always Friday or Saturday to get this stuff done. Watching the videos takes a lot less data on the internet usage part and might be more viable for individual families. With doing that learning at home, there might also be packets. So if we cannot find suitable internet, family can't find suitable internet, and the district has worked with you to locate this and we cannot, the packet method might be the best, and then each classroom teacher would work individually with those students to come up with the best situation possible to promote the best learning environment possible for those students at home. Again, if you are having trouble with internet connection, make sure you reach out to us. We have some resources. At this time, the district is not providing internet for families at home, but we are looking at different options and different venues to make sure to give you the best option at home for internet, and in the event you would need to utilize that for learning for your students. Teachers will utilize a communication program at all different levels to be able to communicate with students throughout the day, and they would be available throughout the entire school day for those students at home. Obviously, if they're teaching a lesson and a student has a question at home and they're trying through a different venue than the recording, that student would have to wait through those help times throughout the day, but the teacher would be available to respond to different items for at-home students. Administration and teaching staff will work together hand in hand to make sure each family and student is receiving those educational methods at home with their preferred method. So we know each family is going to be different a little bit, but we're going to try to work as best as we can to make sure everybody is satisfied in that. Some different scenarios with at home, or I should say remote learning. What does that look like? So what happens if a student is home due to a COVID-related occurrence? What happens? This can be many different things. We could have a student test positive. We could have a student who's a close contact, need to be quarantined, or so forth. So students at home, supposed to be in the classroom, what goes on? Well, the school would work with you to make sure that that device is home with the student. Make sure any other supporting material is also at home with the student. Maybe that is a pickup at the school or so forth. Then that student would be expected to live stream into the classroom or, again, participate in those recorded lessons and still complete their work on time at home with teachers available for help sessions or possible Google Meet sessions as well for that one-on-one help with those students. So even though those students are at home, they're still expected to learn. What happens if a teacher is home due to a COVID-related incident? What goes on then? Well, if a teacher is at home and they are healthy enough to teach from home, those teachers will be teaching to the classroom. So if I have a substitute in the classroom, the teacher will actually be streaming into the classroom and teaching lessons from home to that class with a sub also assisting in that educational delivery method. That is just one way that we are looking at making sure that our teachers are still being able to teach their students and deliver that high quality education to our students, barring hopefully no technology issues, but that is our current plan right now. What if an entire grade is at home for a COVID related occurrence? Maybe we had to quarantine a grade or something. What happens with that whole grade? Well, again, they all go to the online method. If the teacher is allowed to be in the building, that teacher delivers instruction from the school. If they are not, the teacher delivers instruction from home via a live stream or a Google Meet, I should say, which is our live stream venue, or they are also recording lessons and communicating with students throughout the day with their different communication venues. Hopefully that helps clarify a couple things. Oh, the bell just rang. Perfect timing on that. Must mean I need to be done. This concludes our first video on our back to school, return to school plan. Please tune in for more. There will be more coming out. And any other questions I get from the communities, I will try to kind of gather those together and maybe answer them in a few videos as well. But until next time, take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.